I guess we just need to kind of go back to the day before. The day before the typhoon, on the 7th of November, Edith and I and our work teams were very busy during that day, not focusing on any storm. We were in a building project overseeing the new construction of our new building and doing just other various things, and had no idea that we weren't paying attention to weather reports or anything. We were pretty tired the days before, going back and resting and not even watching the news and not having any idea that there was a storm coming. There was a kind of a commotion going on in our area, which is normal. If somebody does something unusual, everybody gathers to watch. And in this case, our neighbor had hired some young men to chop down this beautiful, or not chop it down, but cut down the limbs of this beautiful mango tree she had in her yard. This tree was about to bear fruit. It was beautiful, and we asked one of our workers, "What's going on?" And what did she say? What did Angel say to you?
She said that, Uncle, there is a super storm tomorrow.
Why? That's why, because of that lady.
Because of that lady cutting the trees. And so many of our neighbors cut the trees. And so we wonder, because I had been so busy about the building of the new church. And so when she told us, Angel told us that there is a super storm tomorrow, I was really surprised. But what we can do, go and tell our other worker to go some supplies of the food for at least 2 weeks, because Angel told us that it was a super storm. And
so we were surprised, so we ran in the house, we turned on the TV, and sure enough, there's the TV, everything on the TV is about the storm coming our way. We could see where the eye of the storm was at that time, and certainly at that point we knew we were in for a big storm coming directly in our direction. And so we immediately got a hold of one of our workers. We said, "Look, you need to go to town, get any rice, any gasoline, anything that you can buy. You go as quickly as possible for about 2 weeks, and then bring it back, because we are in for a big problem." We then told everybody to go home, to button down as much as they could. We told our workers to tie down as much as they could, and we began to bring flowers down off the shelves and did a lot of things that we thought we could do to help us during the storm. Well, throughout the evening then, word was coming to the community that the people needed to go to this, what they considered the safest place in our barangay, and that would be the school, the elementary school, because it had a strong structure, but certainly wasn't as strong as ours. So we asked them to go and stay there. They asked them to go and stay there. So we saw them all running towards that direction. Well, come early morning, the storm comes, and the wind is blowing very hard. It's doing some damage, especially the banana trees, and some of the leaves of the coconut trees are being damaged, and there are a few things flying here and there, but nothing real great. Well, then, as time went by, there was an extreme stillness over our house and over our community. It was so quiet that I tell people that you could probably hear a mouse walking across a rug. But in the distance, in the southern part of us, or southeastern part of us, we could hear this horrible roaring. I mean, it was so loud. It sounded like a lion. It was like, "Arr!" But it was, if I would turn up that volume 100 times, that's what it sounded like. Well, the people in the school heard that frightened them. They felt at that point the school was not safe. So, of course, our home, which has got our school on the 3rd floor, and the 2nd floor we have a study room, and we have our living space, that is the safest place. It's all made of cement and no doubt the strongest facility in the area. Well, Edith looked down the highway. She saw the people from the school running in our direction and said, honey, I think they're coming to our house, which is where they were coming. So we went down, opened up the gate, and sure enough, they came in. They were crying, screaming, tsunami, tsunami. And we said, no, no tsunami, because there's no earthquake. We didn't notice any earthquake. And so they said, oh, it's a big wave. And we said, no, don't worry about it. We're too far away from the wave, even if it was to hit. And I told them that from our experience with Hurricane Katrina in Mississippi, that was just the second part of the storm was about to come. And we just told them to lay down. Don't get up, lay down. We put them in a safe area. We didn't let them come in the house because we knew if what we heard coming hit, we were in big trouble, because the glasses and things are going to fly everywhere in the house and wouldn't be safe. So we just told them. Well, water at that time, yeah, water was pouring in at that time all over because the skylight had been sucked out, and then the first part of the second half hit, and it was like a bomb. It was just like an explosion. We have big windows on all of our floors, big half-inch glass windows, steel frames, drilled in with the big screws to hold them in. And when that hit, it was just like a bomb, and those windows just blew out. They were nothing. And in fact, it was so strong that the steel bar grill that we have around one of our windows was pushed out so far, it looked like a pregnant woman. Well, then everything is just blowing. No way we could stop anything. Furniture, equipment, books,
sewing machines
are flying like little toys in the air, and papers, and we're just trying to hide from the glass that's shattered and is flying all over. And the people did lie down. They did what we told them. Their children, of course, are all crying and screaming, their mothers as well. And the storm occurred maybe 25, 30 minutes. It had passed through enough that we could get up. Of course, the rain by that time was really pouring. All the roofing has come off of our top of our building where the house is. And it's getting flooding. The water at this time is coming down out of the skylights, and it's flooding the third floor, and the third floor is now going to the second and then to the first.
Second, third.
So our job at that point was to try our best to salvage as much as possible, and that was to try to stop the water. And fortunately, this basement that we have has kind of been a pain in the neck for us over the years, but became the salvation, because we were just pushing as hard as we could, as fast as we could, the water down into the basement until the point it was just full. And that was the beginning of that storm. It began to, it just continued to rain, and began to rain and rain, and so we worked diligently to try to get the water down and out. And we were able to save some things. Fortunately, one portion of the house, second floor, was in good shape. We could actually move some things there, even though the water had come through the windows and was probably about 6 inches on the second floor, and then a couple inches on the third floor. But on the first floor, it was really getting deeper and deeper, because not only were we having the water coming from the storm, but now it's coming through the doors.
And then after the storm was finished, here comes the problem. The people haven't have any food, and the children were crying because they haven't even eaten their breakfast. And because the storm Yolanda started 5 o'clock, and so They were screaming, our chapel was
That
full.
took care of, I mean, we got very busy that day. We were working hard, trying to salvage everything as much as we could and get the water out of the house and fix the place as much as possible in a decent situation. And by that time, we had fallen asleep.
You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. My soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours. You are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Sovereign hand will be my guide. My feet may fail and fear surrounds me. You've never failed, and you won't stop now. So I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without my soul.